Call roll.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, is everybody ready? All right. Magistrate Coldiron? Magistrate Riley?
Present.
Magistrate Humphrey?
Present.
And Judge Executive Chuck Dill.
Present. First thing we have on the agenda is approval of the regular meeting minutes dated for January 4th, 2022, our regular meeting minutes.
Having reviewed the regular meeting minutes of January 4th, 2022, motion to approve as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Codar, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Appears all in favor. Moving down to fiscal matters, item A is approval of the claims drawn on the general fund, the road fund, the jail fund, along with all transfers presented dated January 18th, 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented, please.
I will second along with the transfers requested.
And you saw that she pulled back the transfers on the jail.
Yes.
The big one. Yes. Yes, sir.
So I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
It appears all in favor, motion carries. No business report, new business. Just remind everyone after this meeting that we'll be holding a Public Properties Corporation meeting immediate following this meeting to approve the treasurer's bond and payment for 2022. Moving down to reports. On judge's report, I just want to report I went out, and I know all of you all had too, on the roads. Overall, road department done an excellent job. They ended up using up about 220 tons of salt, which will probably get washed away tomorrow afternoon. Then they'll end up resalting again. But I'd received a couple phone calls that they were actually out earlier after talking to Steve Tatum and pre-treated the roads just because we knew ice was going to fall. So they got out, and I know that we use a little extra salt doing it, but when we got an ice and sleet storm coming, that's probably the only way to do it is go on and get the salt down on the road to melt it as soon as it comes out. So, but yeah, the road department, I met with them several times and was out there, and they were doing a good job. Minor problems with equipment, but besides that, done a very good job getting stuff cleaned up. Moving down Magistrate's report. Magistrate Humphrey, anything you need to add?
I agree 100% with your report. I think the road department done an excellent job down here. I totally agree. I think pre-treating is the way to go. If they don't pre-treat and wait and come out later, I think it's harder on the equipment, and we use more material then than what we would have used if we'd done a little pre-treating. And as far as any road complaints, I only had one. It was in a subdivision, and it was only one person. Everybody else said it was fine. Everything was fine there. And I sent a message to Steve, and he got it taken care of before work traffic started next morning. And he said there wasn't any problem. So great job by the guys. I appreciate them.
People just got to realize they got to go a little slower on the snow and ice.
Yeah, exactly.
They can only do so much. They had an accident on Drivers Mountain Zion Road with a utility pole that's already been hit last snowstorm. But a lot of its road was clear in a lot of spots. A few spots it was still slushy and a little bit of ice. But there's only so much salt can do until the sun comes out.
Absolutely.
Okay,
especially since we're not allowed to use cinders anymore.
Right. Magistrate Codar.
I just attended the Dry Ridge Council meeting yesterday evening, and there is another Hampton Inn coming in Dry Ridge, so that makes two of them in Dry Ridge. And had no complaints on the road. I know where I live, we've got our hills really clean, and when they can do that, I know that they've got the rest of the county in control. So that's all I. Yeah.
Well, good deal. Thank you, Magistrate Riley.
Nothing further to report. want to join in with my colleagues just to acknowledge the road department and the work that they did on Sunday and throughout. And any issues that we had sparked as soon as we, reached out to Mr. Tatum, he saw that they were addressed. And then I know that sometimes there's constituents that aren't aware of city, county versus state. And someone that lives on a secondary state road, I was already informed by the state that they too have a labor shortage, specifically night shift, and that we should not expect our state secondary roads to be plowed as frequently or cleared as they once were in the past, just because they too have a shortage of workers. And I think that did play true, but I think, everyone remained safe and acknowledged the situation.
Okay, thank you. Moving down to item 8, citizens address. I don't know if we have anyone on. I don't see anyone that's other than the court. So that being said, just want to remind everyone our next meeting's Tuesday, February 1st, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. Need a motion to adjourn this meeting, then we'll go into our next meeting.
So
I'll make a
moved.
motion to adjourn.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Riley, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Here's all in favor. We're now adjourned from this meeting. I'll go ahead and call our public properties meeting to order. It is now 6:38.
Burning a lot
So
of
it looks
time
like
here.
it looks like on the agenda, the only thing I have, as we do each year, we just need approval to approve the treasury bond payment for 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasury bond for 2022.
I
I
will
have a motion
second.
made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
You're so sure.
It appears all is in favor. Motion carries. And now I need a motion to adjourn from this meeting. And before we do that, the minutes, I'll have the minutes for our next meeting to approve for last year and this year's. So I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn the properties meeting.
I will second.
Okay. I was waiting. I have a motion made by Magistrate Codar, second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Here's all in favor. Motion carries. We're now adjourned. Thank you all for coming on Zoom tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.